Today we're at Garry Kingshott's place at 2137 Beaufort in Gracemere. I'm going to start with the hardest job just because I'm down the back already, but I've had a walk around with Garry. If Gary's not home, then he's happy for us to come and do the job, so everything on the video is fine to go ahead with. So single hardest job is that this is Alpinia Zerumbit variegata, as you blokes, or as you lovely people would know. Good one to practice on if you don't know it already. We want to get rid of that completely. Garry has left a mattock there, and I presume whoever's here will have a mattock as well, but we do want you to spend the time and get as many of those culms out as you can, please. Believe it or not, it was cut back right to ground level, and Garry thought he got them all out himself, and that's what's happened. So he obviously missed a couple. There is some mulch, which I'll show you on the video, stockpiled in the garden. So once you've got every bit of it out, then we're going to transplant that mulch down to here and mulch just that section of garden, please. Look, while you're here, you didn't mention this, but just do him a favour for 5 minutes and run along the skirt of that hedge and take off all those bits at the bottom, please. Same thing just on this edge, just to tidy it up. We're going to start doing regular maintenance here in springtime. These strelitzias, we agreed that they're so overgrown, we're just going to get you guys to cut them back to ground level and reduce the size to a consistent size. While you're in there, you would weed and probably just take that. No, don't take the liriope out. We didn't get permission for that. But yeah, if we can reduce the size of the clumps as well when you got it back to ground level, that would be cool. There's a Nikolai that's shot in here. We want you to get as much of that out as you can, so I'm going to suggest you cut it down as close to the ground as you can, mattock the top off, and then just tip some of your petrol over the top of it. You can get rid of that. And also this one here, please. Yeah, so we're doing all those strelitzias back to ground. These two, if we can just clean them up just like we normally would and reduce the size of the clumps again, but we're not cutting those back to ground level. They're to stay tall, because obviously they're important for privacy, but I think we can make them look a lot nicer, and if we can get them to a similar size, that would be pretty cool as well. There's nothing to do down here. Oh, there were a couple of things over here. In this viburnum hedge, there's a weed growing. I don't actually know what it's called. Couldn't really get a proper look at it, but Garry just wants us to spend the time to have a look inside. You don't have to do any pruning, just have a look inside there and trace the weed back wherever it is and try and pull it out by the roots, please. Oh, there's some of it hanging out. That's the weed. I don't know what that is. And also down here, there's a yellow cassia, which I know is a noxious weed. You guys will know it when you see it in the hibiscus. Same deal. I believe it might have quite a trunk on it, but if we can cut it back as low as we can to the ground and poison that as well. No trimming of the hibiscus. Garry will, if it's not done, well, Garry is very happy to do it. So, see that? You see that in there? No, clear, it's going to be on the video, but it's got the yellow flowers and the leaves like a cassia. So, yeah, I've asked you, told you what to do there, please. Keep going. Yeah, so nothing to do down the side here. I did suggest that all these cordyline were taken out, but he's happy to keep those for the time being. We might work on him over time. They look terrible, but anyway. Your stockpile of mulch is in this garden just through the gate. that we're going to use on the Alpinia garden, please. He actually remulched the gardens himself a while ago, and he had this left over, so you should be able to get enough mulch from out of there, I think, to do that garden. It's all tucked in the back there. This is the last bit of the job. Same thing with the strelitzias here, as you did with those two next to the back patio. We want to keep these. We're not mowing them down. We just want to bring them back to individuals, please. You know what to do. The Dracaena reflexa. Again, if we really just want to trim them back, not hard. Just take the arms and the legs off and try and get them to a more uniform size, please. So they just look like they're a little bit in control. A firm prune on all the red cord lines, but seeing it's winter time, don't want to go too hard. So I'd suggest, like this very tall one, you might just take the highest 3 stems back down, and that's all. And the syzygium hedge at the back, Gary's got as far as he can, but if we can finish trimming that for him back to the height that he started. And there's nothing else. We're not touching the liriates. We're not touching anything on the other side of the drive or the planter box. It's only those strelitzias and the dracaenas in that garden, and the cord lines and the hedge. Okay? Thank you.